Hello everyone, my name is Vicky Styles and the movie I'm here to present to you guys today is titled Werewolf by Night, a Marvel Studios production. And before I get into real details of this movie and the spoilers and any other thing you might want to hear about, please subscribe to this channel, like this video after you're done watching, and make a comment and even share it with your friends. Now, the reason why you need to subscribe is because I do a lot of movie discussions and movie reviews, so it will definitely be a good choice for you to subscribe so that you can get movie updates and you can get information about the latest movies from me. Meanwhile, if you make a comment, I will definitely show it in my next video. Now, in this video I will be giving you some little details about the movie, like the production crew, and then I'll then tell you about the parts of the movie that you need to know about, and after that I'll be giving my ratings and my general feeling about my general reaction about the movie. So you need to stick to the end of this video for you to actually get every single thing that I want to say. Werewolf by Night is a special presentation from Marvel Studios. It's part of the MCU and it's like the first horror story that I have actually seen from this franchise. Now, this movie was directed by Giacchine and it was written by Quinn and Peter Cameron. The movie stars Gael, Garcia, Bernal as Werewolf by Night, or Jack Russell. That's his name in the comics. Now, also it stars Donnelly, who is starring as Elsa Bloodstone. Then it stars Harriet, who is starring as Elsa's stepmother. Meanwhile, we have Wasserman as the narrator, like the guy who narrates the backstory before we finally get into the main film. So these are the few casts that are mentioned, that I can mention. Well, because the casts aren't even much anyways, so you don't expect me to mention a lot of names here. Now, this movie is actually monochrome almost throughout, and this makes it look like a horror movie from, let me say, the 70s or the 80s. Everything is just black and white, and even the narrator makes the movie actually look like that of a horror movie from the 70s. Now, this movie does have fantastic sets and it does have good props, but I can't necessarily tell you if the colors are beautiful and all that, because everything is just monochrome. So even the makeup, even the costumes, all I do know is that I saw fantastic costumes, but I can't necessarily tell the color differences. So like I said, it's monochrome and it has everything typical of a horror story, like leafless trees and this place where you have to find your way and sort for that monster. So it's typical of a horror story, and I think they did a good job, especially for that Bloodstone. The Bloodstone is red, that I know, and that red color is the only color that stands out in the film, at least until the end. Well, that's all I can say for the production quality. Now, there was nice puppeteering by whosoever did that, and also a good voiceover of the late Mr. Bloodstone. He died some days back in the story, and it seems as a typical horror story, it was very nice to see a good puppeteering work of his dead body, moving and talking. Although we all know that it's not real, but yes, that was good puppeteering work right there. Now I must give credit for the fight scenes between Elsa and the Scottish guy, and also between her and the Asian guy as well. These two scenes in that weird place, these two fight scenes really made the film have a little bit of life, because it was looking like they were searching for man thing, and if that was the only thing that was at stake, I don't think that the movie would have had enough life, enough way to kill the boredom. So it was a good fight scene, the two of them. They were good fight scenes, and so therefore I give the people credit for that. Now, it surprised me that Man Thing can't talk, because although I haven't read the comics before, but I thought that maybe for whatever reason Man Thing would eventually talk or say something, but well, he can't talk, and the only person who actually understands him is Jack. So well, we just have to leave it like that. Now, one thing that is always very funny to me is when characters in a movie hold a bomb, and in trying to find out how they're going to turn it on when the time comes, they accidentally turn it on at the wrong time. And that was the exact thing that happened with Jack and Elsa. Jack turning the bomb on, and he had no choice but to run all the way to the wall just to ensure that it doesn't explode at the wrong time. Now, about the Bloodstone, it really surprised me that firstly, it pushed him back when he tried to pick it up. It wasn't wrong to me that he tried to pick it up. I just think maybe he was trying to be like every normal human being would have done that. Well, every normal human being seeing that Bloodstone on the ground would have actually picked it up, and maybe he would have gone to give it to Elsa. But in this case, it surprised me that it first of all pushed him back, and it later surprised me that the Bloodstone was powerful to that extent that it could turn him into a werewolf without a full moon. Normally werewolves, people who have that curse, they don't turn into werewolves until the full moon. That's the normal thing. But in this case, the Bloodstone has such power to turn somebody into what they are not supposed to be, and at the time when they are not even supposed to become that thing. Now, a thing that I noticed a lot of people weren't really happy about was that Jack's transformation was like forced. It was forced to transform. Now, a lot of people, especially me, we thought that maybe he would transform normally, and even though the trailer shows that his transformation wasn't actually shown on the screen, but we were all thinking that maybe he transformed out of his own will. But we never knew that maybe that they used the Bloodstone to actually force him to transform when he wasn't supposed to transform. So what people are asking for right now is to see Jack transform into a werewolf on his own terms, as in like at the period when he's supposed to transform. They want to see how it will look like if he transformed on his own. And I agree with them, the transformation seems a little bit forced. And well, the design of the werewolf is actually great, especially the face, but in terms of the bodily design, no, I don't give them credit for that, because at this point the body was looking more like Bigfoot. Yes, if you look at pictures, maybe I can display some pictures right now for you. if you look at these pictures now, you'll see the difference between what we saw in Werewolf by Night and what we're seeing here. This is how werewolves are supposed to look like, but the one in Werewolf by Night actually looks like a Bigfoot, technically. So I don't know why or who must have designed this, but I don't approve and I don't give them credit for this one at all. So it's a bad score for me on this one. Anyways, like I said earlier, the movie doesn't end monochrome, and based on that fact, at the end of the movie I actually see colors, and I can be able to give credit to the design of Man-Thing, is that swamp master. He actually is green and he looks very terrifying, if you ask me. So at this point I can give credit to the design of Man-Thing. I can also give credit to the set, because now I can see colors and everything just ends well in this presentation. Now my ratings for this short movie is a 7.5 out of 10. The reason for this, like I said earlier, is because I do not like the design of werewolf at all. It looks too much like Bigfoot. I've said it before, and I think they would have done a better job in designing an actual wolf, or maybe they would have looked through previous designs of werewolves rather than just coming in and doing something else. Although the face design was actually good, but every other thing just looked more like Bigfoot and I didn't like it. So I'm giving them 7.5 out of 10. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope I was able to say at least a good amount of things that you definitely wanted to hear about this movie. If I didn't, then I don't think it's my fault. Please make your comments about how you feel about the movie if you've watched it. If you've not watched it, tell me what you actually expected, contrary to what I've told you just now. And I will definitely put it in my next video. Meanwhile, share this video with your friends and check out my other videos and watch them, and stay subscribed to this channel by clicking the bell notifications beside the subscribe button so you can get notified anytime I upload a new video on this channel. Thank you for watching, and until my next video, goodbye.